Hello, YouTubers and beautiful, precious ones. Oh God, a car coming up behind me, mighty fast, mighty close. Okay, I had to get a little quiet there and wait for them to see what they was gonna do, because people drive so frantic like that. You have to watch what you're doing and what others are doing too. But on my way to where I was going, I thought about a movie that I saw of two young men. Actually, they was boys, and then the movie went to when they was men. But when they was boys, one of them was really bullied, and the other one, father, had a gun, and he was teaching the one that was bullied and the one that I don't know if it was his brother or his stepfather, but they beat the crap out of him. He always came to school with black eyes and bruised bodies, and guess I'm gonna get on the bypass. And so one day, my phone fell down. Y'all can still hear me. My car's still dirty. I was waiting for the bad weather to be gone, and plus I'm going to the flea market once to take my Tobies and Toby jugs, and I say once I do that, I'm gonna get it cleaned up. But I don't have money to waste. And so anyways, the young man, the one that was bullied and got beat up, it was a young guy that picked at him at school, and the guy, they was in the woods, and he just took the gun and just shot him. He just shot him. And when his friend saw what he had done, he just took off running and he hid. And so the one that did the shooting, he came and found him, and he said he don't know why he did it. He don't know what came over him. And so he said, but you got to help me, because you are an accessory to the fact of what I just did. So they dug a hole and buried the young man, and years went by. Lo and behold, the one that murdered the boy turned out to be very successful. He married a lady that was out of his race, and these two young men was Native Americans. So he married this Caucasian lady, and he just excelled in everything that he did. He became very successful. Now the one that didn't, the one that wanted to tell, and he didn't do anything wrong apart from taking his father's gun without his father's permission, he ended up selling drugs, being in and out of jail, in and out of prison, and he got a lot of tattoos all on his face, all on his neck, all the way up to his ears. And so after he had spent like about 15 years in prison for, I forget now if it was drugs or something else, but the murder that he committed, that was silent for a lot of years. Like, I think it was like 20 something years. And so when he got out of prison this last time, he felt so bad that he went to the mother of the young man that was murdered and told her exactly what had happened. And then he tried to find his friend, the one that actually did the killing, and he went there. He drew a gun, and he actually shot his friend well, it wasn't his friend, you know, but he ended up shooting him in the shoulder. And then he went to kill him, but he couldn't, because he said, you messed my life up. See, you know, he wasn't bullied, and he had a mother and father that, you know, was there for him. He had family members that was there for him. But once he saw his friend kill this guy, and he helped him cover up the sin, he just, you know, it messed him up. You know, it just messed him up. And so he couldn't kill him. So he laid the phone down. I mean, the gun down. And the one that had killed the young man, the 20-something years ago, picked the gun up and asked him, did you tell anyone? And he said, yes, I told his mother. And he killed him. He shot him. The one that had did nothing, but his life got messed up from what he saw. His conscience beat him up, you know? And so he killed him. But the young man's that had gotten murdered, his mom told the authorities, and they came to the man, and he had to go back to Oklahoma or wherever it was. I forget now. May have been Oklahoma. And had to, you know, go through the process of you know, proving that he did or did not do the crime. And the mother was in, make a long story short, where all this come from is that it just popped up into my mind how that the young man that, you know, was a good guy, that how he went to get a job, and because he had messed his life up because of what he saw, he couldn't get a job. And but then he someone that knew him years ago finally hired him in a restaurant. She said, but because you have all these tattoos and because of your record, she said, I'll hire you, but I can't allow you to be in front because of your tattoos. So I thought of that, and I mean, just out of the clear blue sky, me and my man went to, I have on this bob hairpiece today, and it fell in my face, and I was taking my head, shaking it back, because I was driving, and I had my phone in one hand, and I just thought about these young guys with all this long hair, and some of them, their hairstyles, it just looked like they unkept. It just looked like they never wash it, they never do anything to it, and then the ones that just have it just flowing. And see, my hair was locked, and it was past middle way on my back, and I just got tired of it falling down. And you know, I'm not knowing if one day it might be a bug or something, because I don't like bugs, you know. And so one day and then it had gotten so long it started popping in front. And so I cut it all off. I cut it all off. And the one that I went to, well, I cut it off. Then I went to a barbershop and got her to edge it up, but she gave me like a boyish cut in the back. And so I had it all shaved off to my scalp. I've done that twice. So I was thinking, when this hair fell in my face and I threw it back, of the young guys that need to be aware. Because see, we're ladies, you know, we are supposed to feel feminine, you know, whether it's our hair or bulk hair. When we throw it back, we're females. We're supposed to feel some kind of way with all that hair flowing like that, you know. Because I remember, I mean, when I would wear my locks down, which was very seldom, and it just makes you just, you know, you just feel some kind of way, you know. And so, young men, I thought about you that have that long hair, and you throwing your head all back, and And so I decided I was gonna just go into a thrift store. And when I was getting close to the stoplight, I seen this guy at that, you know, he waiting for the light to change. And he had long hair, and he just moving his head real quick so his hair can flop, you know. And I'm sure he was feeling the same kind of way that we females feel. Y'all need to be careful, because you got some men that they down low. I call them low down, but they down low, and they'll get the impression that, you know, you're a little feminine, and you know there are guys that they're being kidnapped, you know, some being raped. Y'all gotta be careful. And I'm just talking, I'm not in the spirit. I don't always, you know, talk in the spirit. I always talk about the Lord. Sometimes I just talk, and that's what I'm doing now. So I will be uploading this just as soon as I get home. Once again, I couldn't do what I left out to do because I left too late. So I'm gonna have to try again. Come on, I can't. Gotta wait for the person to go by. People in such a hurry. Where is the patience? Where is the patience and courtesy and manners, and people just in too much of a hurry? All right, let me see if I can cut this off. God bless you all. Remember, wise men still see Jesus.